So again, my name is Burton Kelso. Let's talk about our topic today, which is how to keep your website safe from hacks and attacks. So I have to say this as far as cybercrime is concerned. Cybercrime is a human problem. So it doesn't matter if we're talking about social media accounts, websites, etc. Cybercrime is a human problem. 99% of all cyber attacks require some form of human interaction. That means as long as you're not clicking on stuff and giving out your personal information, you are completely safe from cyber attacks out there. But the problem is that when it comes to social media accounts and websites, it doesn't always take someone or take you clicking on someone in order to get your site hacked or attacked by a criminal. But there are some things that you can do in order to make sure that you are keeping your digital marketing tools out of the hands of criminals. Because hopefully most of you realize this by now, that if you lose a social media account or even a website, that account is gone forever. So you need to do everything that you can in order to keep those accounts safe and secure and out of the hands of criminals, because no one wants a cyber terrorist posting content on your digital marketing platform. It can be devastating. Sometimes these hacks of websites and the phishing emails that go out from them are just plain old click on this link so we can get your information. But even worse, it can have inappropriate content going out from your brand. So you don't want that to happen. So let's talk about, for the next hour, things that you can do to keep all of your digital marketing tools safe and secure. So one of the first things that we need to do when it comes to making sure that you're keeping your digital marketing tools out of hands of cyber criminals is to find out if your personal information is floating on the dark web. Now, why is that? Now, one of the things that occurs when you are looking or using your digital marketing tools is that sometimes your information will be leaked in large-scale data breaches. So the challenge is when you have large-scale data breaches, your information falls into the dark web. And criminals can commit what is called credential stuffing and use your credentials to log in to your social media accounts and those web-based websites. I had to slow that down because I did not want to mix that up. But there is a tool that will allow you to find out if your information's on the dark web, and that is haveibeenpwned.com. So let's do a screen share. So there's my screen in haveibeenpwned.com. Let me type in some information so that you can see it. So if you go to www.haveibeenpwned.com, this website will let you know if the email addresses that you use to log into social media or into your website are actually floating out on the dark web. So let's type in an old email address that I actually just got access to. So we had an email at yahoo.com. So I'm going to type that in haveibeenpwned.com. Once I hit pwned, then lo and behold, it's going to say, oh no, you've been pwned. So at this website, we want to skip the ad for 1password.com. Go down a little further and find out the information that is, or the breaches that this information was leaked in. So this email address was leaked in the Retina X hack of 2017. And the good thing about Have I Been Pwned is it shows what information was breached. So in this one, my email address was breached as long as my password. And if you're one of those who uses the same password for all of your online marketing tools, then it's just going to be a feast for cyber criminals able to get into your online accounts. Now, the good thing about Have I Been Pwned is you can also go to the password section, type in a password, and we'll do some weak old password that I'm not going to show, and we're going to go to pwned. And oh no, this password has been seen 53,000 times. Now, if you're curious what I typed in, it was USA123. So hopefully no one's using that password. But anyway, as you can see, the term credential stuffing comes up as far as password reuse, and you don't want to use weak passwords. So let me stop screen sharing, and I would challenge you to, on your own computer, to go to haveibeenpwned.com and verify that your information has not been leaked on the dark web. And I'll bring up another source to show you why that is so important. Let me bring you up to a website so that you can get an idea of how many data breaches actually occur. And there's the website, cybersecurityventures.com. Now, what you want to do on this website is to go to news and then Cyberattacks. What this does is it lets you know who has been breached, who's hacked, latest breaches, because when it comes to cyber breaches, companies don't always disclose. So it's important that you look every now and then to see if a company that you've worked with has actually been breached. And if you scroll through, you can see there is stuff from data breaches that you don't read about, like data from London hospitals, or the CDK cyber attack shuts down auto dealerships across the country. So at least that gives you a clue how criminals are getting your information. They're not hacking into your devices to get your stuff, because every device that you own, whether it be a computer, smartphone, or tablet, is completely immune from cyber attacks. So I'm going to ask the audience, is that a myth or is that a fact? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Let's see that. Everyone's saying myth. I love it. It's a fact, and I'll tell you why. So we're all sitting behind firewalls, and firewalls exist only to keep criminals from seeing your devices. So you can see out to the web, criminals can't see into your device. So I guarantee you, Windows, Mac, Android, iPhone, no one's getting into your device unless you allow them. If you have had a website that's been hacked or a social media account that's been hacked, it's because someone figured out your password or your credentials are floating around on the dark web.